Hi, welcome back to the Beauty Authority. I'm Tatiana Bido, Director of Aesthetic Content for NewBeauty. And today we have a special guest, Aditya Madiraju. He's a TikTok creator reshaping the beauty conversation with candid, no filter takes on products, trends, and inclusivity. Hi, Adi, how are you?
I'm good. How are you? Thank you for having me.
Thank you for coming on. I am a follower and I love when your videos come up because you have such a unique take and you're so ready just to call out when something's missing and when something's working. But I was not familiar with your entry into beauty and content creation. So, can you tell us a little bit about your background and how you got started?
Absolutely. I actually have a bachelor's in biotechnology and a master's in microbiology.
Which makes
And
perfect sense, right?
in a weird way, it does. But it gets even more interesting from there. But I did risk data management for banks for 12 years. And I actually transitioned into full-time makeup content creation, content creator 2 years ago. So my journey has been a little wild, but everything that you learn in life is experience and you somehow apply it. I'm a strong believer in that. So I
Yes.
think finance prepped me for this life.
So how did that work? Were you going home after your full-time job and you started creating content based on what you liked?
Pretty much. I think I have run away from makeup for so long. As a South Asian brown man, makeup is not something that you gravitate to. It's usually you're in IT or you're a computer software engineer or you're a doctor or you're a lawyer, right?
Yeah.
So I did all that, right? I was in risk data management, and I used to go to work at 6 a.m. in the morning from suburbia, 2 hours in a bus, finish my risk data management, whatever I did there, come back and reach back home around 8 o'clock in the evening. And then from 8 to 1 a.m., I used to film in my studio. Not even a studio, we converted our bedroom into my thing.
Wow.
So half of my bedroom was my makeup studio. So I used to film there. And it was just because makeup is the only thing that I think I'm truly passionate about, which does not feel like work.
Yeah. And so you were creating the content and not really chasing an audience, right?
I think the audience organically happened to me when me and my husband got married in 2019 in an Indian ceremony. The photos went viral, and that's how we got our platform. But we very soon realized that we will keep fighting if we started to do content together. So we were both type A. So we were like, you know what? For the sake of our marriage, let's not work together. And
Yes.
he did something else. He loves cooking, and he went there and lifestyle. And I was like, the only thing I know is makeup. And he
Yeah.
was like, "What are you scared of? You're already brown, you're already gay, you're already married to a man. I mean, how much more hate can you get?" I was like, "You know what? You're right." And I started posting makeup tutorials.
Well, the way I found you was when you started to point out some inconsistencies or, exclusions in shade ranges. And it felt like at the time we had come so far with Rihanna's foundation and all of the companies following suit and expanding their ranges. You are one of the creators who pointed out that color was being left out of the conversation.
Mhm.
So the shades that don't work on or do work on some tones don't work on every tone. So can you talk a little bit about how that started?
I think a color, if you're brown in America in this day and age or anywhere, right? Your first introduction to makeup world is basically the struggle to find your shades.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, that's how we get introduced, right? When I started to make money and I could buy my own stuff, I was like, there we go. But there was nothing to buy because every single shade was not my shade. And
Yeah.
the shift we have seen in the last 6, 7 years has been phenomenal. But I think what people miss out is that just because you're brown, you're not warm. Just because you're brown, not only the deeper shades work on you, like there is a depth of shades which is missing. Not only for the deeper, darker skin tones, even for the fairer skin tones. And the beauty industry has kind of moved what neutral is. Neutral is not real neutral, it's more in things now. And it takes a while for brown skin to find out what works for you. And I think with blushes, with contours, with bronzers, there was still a gap. There is still a gap even today as we speak. And
Yeah.
I think that's what really got me interested. I was like, you know what? I'm going to call them out very politely, but I'm also going to educate my audience because education goes a long way in finding your shade.
And even some formulas that used to be on a cooler tone,
Mhm.
back in the day in the 90s, and you find it now and it's been reformulated and so many things lean warmer just
Yeah.
automatically.
Everything made in Italy is warm.
Yeah.
That's just it. I don't know how, why.
I mean, it's fascinating when you think about it, and I think until creators like you started to point things out, I don't think a lot of people realized it's not me,
Mhm.
it's what I have available to me or
Yeah,
not
exactly.
available. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, the thing is that there's no baseline for undertones. All the brands are inconsistent. In some brands, I am cool. In some brands, I'm neutral, and in some brands, I'm warm. Which is funny because now I don't know how to explain to my audience, and I think I still struggle with that quite a bit. Like when
Yeah.
someone says, "How do you find a foundation?" I'm like, "Sit down. This is going to take an year. Let's get into it."
Or what time of year, if you ask me in December, it's a completely different shade than in
Yeah,
August. So, yeah.
absolutely.
We're all learning. I feel like it's a continuous journey for all of us to get everything right. But who is getting things right? What brands are you loving what they're doing right now?
Rare Beauty, House Labs, Elf, L'Oreal. You know what I've realized? Drugstore makeup is somehow in sometimes better than high-end makeup. And I used to look down upon drugstore, being completely honest with you. I was like, yeah, why would I buy that when I can buy the $70 foundation? But when I bought that $17 foundation, I was like, wait a minute.
Yeah.
They own that brand as well. So
Yeah.
it's almost the same, if not better. I think drugstore makeup is phenomenal right now. What House Labs is doing with their shade ranges, what Rare Beauty has done with the shade ranges, even the reformulation of Armani and Estee Lauder and NARS. Like there is a shift where brands are listening to consumers and listening to influencers. We are no longer just hey, buy this product. We are also the people who have opinion, who are trying to educate the brand also. And I really respect that. So I think these brands are really nailing it for me.
You bring up a good point because I think as you get more expensive in the premium lines, the shade range shrinks, which is
Yep.
so interesting. It's like Pretty Woman, take my money, please.
Yeah, and no, it's literally
Or
whoever is on the Upper East Side and what
yes,
shade fit them. That's just the honest
that's what
truth of
it
it.
is. Yeah. Yeah.
Yep.
It's so interesting. You think we've come a long way, but there still is, like you said, a lot of work to do.
All the time. The thing is that consistency is the key word now. It's not authenticity anymore. It's consistency. The brands have to be consistent with what they're talking about. They cannot launch 50 shades of foundation and 4 shades of bronzer. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? If you're going to give us complexion, nail it down. Take your time. Do not rush it. We
Right.
have enough products. We'll survive for a year. Work on your stuff.
And we've seen it gone wrong with brands too. So trying to fit that void, but not doing it in the right way
Right.
can really tank your
Oh, absolutely.
the whole brand, which we've seen too. Okay, what about boys and beauty? Because you also are a content creator that's showing makeup. What do you think about the rise of, I mean, we call it boys and beauty or men in makeup. How is that progressing and how has it been for you as a content creator?
I don't, and like I think after doing this for like 8 9 years, I don't see myself as separate men in makeup. I used to. This is what I would say. There's a lot of talent out there, irrespective of your gender, right? Like we have seen women struggle in workspaces where they are discriminated, and I've seen a little bit of that in the beauty world, especially as a guy, because I still get comments like, "I don't need a guy to tell me what lipstick to wear." Right? But at that point, it's not about beauty anymore. It's who you are and what you think and how you judge people. So I completely disassociate beauty from that. I think the beauty community is very, very inclusive.
Yeah.
It's the folks who only tap in once in a while. And when they see a guy doing it, they're like, where did you come up from? I'm like, well, you were under a rock. There are a lot of guys out there. Half of the makeup products out there are owned by male makeup artists.
Right.
Like they
Right.
don't even realize they're using that. But it's okay. Like, you know what? A community, you cannot shock people and be like, this is who I am. You have to get it. You have to give them time to understand. And I like to give people time. Like, listen, when I was entering beauty, I myself was like, I'm a guy. What am I going to do? If it took me a little bit to understand what my skill set and strength is, so I'm going to give people benefit of the doubt, and maybe they'll come around. And I've seen that people have messaged me telling me that they didn't like me in the beginning, but they get it now.
Yeah. Well, and I pay attention to which brands are hiring which influencers and creators. And I think if you're going to say that you're inclusive, you should, practice that. And so I love to see inclusivity in all forms and with makeup because it's really for everyone. It is, for me, it's my collectible. You know what I mean? It's what I don't collect stamps, I collect makeup.
That's how I feel. Like that's what I say. Everybody has different passions. Some people can play golf. Some people have shoes. Some people have stamps
Yeah.
or coins. I have makeup. Like, don't judge me for that.
I love to see it, and I think it's another area where I think you're helping move the needle, but we definitely have more work to do.
Well, thank you for saying that.
What is something about being a beauty creator that you think the general public doesn't really understand?
There is so much on the back end that goes on. Like when we speak about brands, people immediately assume that, oh, it's a paid partnership. It's not. You gotta love a brand inside out and through and through. And then you need to know when the camera is off, who are you as a person? How good are you with your communication? How good are you with the relation? Because this frame will make you go viral. But your sustenance in the beauty community is more than this frame. It is who you are when the camera is not on, how kind you are, how authentic you are, how well spoken you are, and how your relation is with humans. So, what general public doesn't get is that me switching on a camera doesn't make me money. Me having honest conversations with the brand, long lasting relationships, and loving your brand. That is what gets me the brand deals. And I want people to realize that because they're like, oh, influencers these days only work for money. No, we don't. There is so much more that we do, which comes from a place of passion, but we have to make our bread and butter. Like I still have to pay the bills, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, I
Have
wish
you
people understood that.
have you ever had second thoughts and thought maybe I shouldn't work with this particular brand?
I have pulled back contracts which were signed
Mhm.
because I've realized that while using the product or while trying it out, that it didn't sit well with me. Or I've realized that for any reason, right, that
Yeah.
my audience would not like this. So I have been in a couple of places where I have to let go of the money, which is okay. You
Yeah.
know, your honesty, if it comes at a price of letting go of opportunity, then so be it. Because I'd rather have an honest conversation with with my community rather than lie to them about something.
Yeah.
And I am the first person who will say no to stuff, and that's just who I am.
I thought you were gonna say actual production because anytime I try to make a reel, I'm like, I do not know how these content creators and influencers are
That's
doing.
easy for me. This is
I'm like this for 10 hours trying to cut one little slice of
yeah.
something or put a piece of text in the corner. So I do not know how you do
But
it.
I'm telling you, there's a shift. It's all about switching on the camera and letting the raw content flow. Do not
Yeah.
cut, do not edit. Just speak your heart out, and people would love you for who you are.
And I think that leads to my next question. What is your best advice for someone who's just starting out and has that same passion and energy that you had when you were coming home from work and making your videos?
It's gonna sound like a damper, but be realistic. Beauty community is saturated, so you
Mhm.
need to have a very strong, unique point of view,
Yeah.
and you will fail. Your videos will not do well. I have 300 views on some videos and 3 million on some. I'm being honest.
Mhm.
Right? There is no algorithm, there is no keybook, there is no guideline for how to post, when to post. I post at 1 a.m. at night, I post 5 a.m. in the morning. It's just life. You cannot look at it as just work. You have to be consumed by it in a good way, still
Yeah.
balancing your mental health. But it's a long game. It's a life. It's a lifestyle. That's what it is. You know what I mean? And so have realistic expectations, come with a strong point of view, be honest to who you are, do not jump on trends. I cannot stand trends. So show us who the real you is and put that on the camera. It's going to go a long way.
That's really good advice. And rapid fire, and I hate asking because it's like asking for your favorite child, but what's one product that you absolutely swear by and one trend that you're completely over?
Can I give you two products, please?
Yes, of course.
Okay. The L'Oreal extensionist mascara. Like I love it. I'm obsessed. And Danessa Marik's Yummy Skin Setting Spray. If you do not like powders, that spray was made for you.
Love it. Those are
It's a
2 really
godsend.
good ones. Yeah.
Really good ones. And the trends, I don't like most of the trends. It's cute to do the voiceovers and the cool things, but when the beauty community does like, oh, concealer goes here, foundation goes here, blush goes
Yes.
here, which is like my technique, and they switch their face and it's blended out. I'm like, who are you trying to impress? I know you took it off and you applied every technique over trends.
Yes.
That's what I always say. And what was the third thing? Sorry.
You know what? I'm sneaking one in. What
Okay.
is one mistake that you see people making all the time that is an easy one we can be correcting?
I wouldn't say mistake. I think it's a point of view. It's basically how much you want to fill in your eyebrows. And that's been a pet peeve. Eyebrows completely frame your face, right? Some people don't fill it at all. Some people fill it a lot. And I think for me, finding that right balance is very important because how you do your eyebrows can take your face from minimal to full glam.
Yes.
And it's not that hard. It's just understanding what works for your face. And I think a couple of videos on YouTube or TikTok and you're good.
And what is your favorite brow product if you just are going to the store and you wanna grab one real quick?
Rare Beauty Brow Harmony Gel is,
Okay.
I have it on right now. My eyebrows are locked and these will not move at all. It's so good.
So if you're gonna just do one thing, just do a little quick gel up.
Eyebrows and mascara, non-negotiable.
Yes.
Mascara is a way of life. You do your eyebrows, you put on mascara, a little bit of lipstick on the lip and on the cheeks, and you're done.
And the L'Oreal mascara. Yes.
Yep. Yeah. Extensionist mascara. The best.
Extensionist.
Yeah. One of the
Wonderful.
best.
Well, thank you so much. This has been great, and I will keep scrolling so I can keep catching all of your wonderful content. Thank you
I
for
appreciate that. Thank you for having me.
thank you.